The man discovered the woman he liked collapsed at the entrance of the residential complex. His heart instantly ached for her, so he rushed over and quickly asked what was wrong. The woman said, "My stomach hurts." As soon as she finished speaking, the man decided to take her back to the clinic for an examination. Once they arrived, he prepared to use moxibustion to help relieve her menstrual cramps, but the woman suddenly became shy. She was afraid of losing her composure in front of him, afraid he'd see her in such a vulnerable state, even more afraid that being this close would expose how much her heart fluttered for him. But when her clothes were slowly lifted, nervous emotions instantly rushed over her. Then Bob kept rubbing his hands together, and then pressed those warm hands against her stomach. At this moment, Emily suddenly became shy. "You caught a chill. Your lower abdomen is so cold." Faced with such tender care, Emily's eyes couldn't help but redden. She recalled how she had searched for a client's ring in the pouring rain during her period. In this moment, her pent-up grievances could no longer be controlled. She instinctively raised her hand to cover her eyes. Tears streamed down. Bob thought she was upset over her boyfriend. At this thought, Bob's feelings became complicated. So much so that when the treatment ended, Emily had planned to wait for Bob to go back together, but Bob politely declined. The reason was he believed Emily was still with her boyfriend. That evening at home, Emily couldn't help but scroll through Bob's social media feed. Looking at the screen full of wellness posts, her heart felt happy. It turned out his feed was all work-related content. Just then, Emily accidentally liked one of his posts. By the time she realized it, it was too late. She panicked like she'd been caught red-handed and quickly unliked it. But after canceling it, she felt that action seemed even more suspicious. After thinking it over, she liked the post again. To make this one like less obvious, Emily simply went ahead and liked every single post on Bob's feed, reassuring herself that this way it wouldn't be awkward. Little did she expect that after Bob saw Emily's string of likes, he would call her out in a very straight guy manner, commenting on her impressive reading speed, 7 or 8 articles in 1 minute. Emily was mortified, mentally scolding herself for being so impulsive. So the next day, she planned to borrow her friend's phone to test out the like and unlike feature. But her friend told her that even after unliking, the other person could still see it. At this revelation, Emily felt even more embarrassed, so she quickly pulled out her phone to show her friend. After one look at the feed, her friend instantly saw through Bob's subtle intentions. At first, Emily refused to believe it, still insisting stubbornly that this was just a doctor's care for his patient. Until that day, Emily suddenly noticed Bob sitting by the roadside. Though she wasn't clear about what had happened, she could obviously sense Bob's low spirits, so she quietly kept him company. But Bob at that moment was completely immersed in his pain. He didn't even notice a bicycle heading straight toward him. Fortunately, Emily was quick to react. She yanked Bob aside. In that dangerous moment, the emotions Bob had suppressed for so long erupted. He could no longer restrain himself. He pulled Emily tightly into his arms. He didn't want to hide behind composure anymore. He just wanted her to know how much he cared about her.